a rising tide does not lift all appraisals. So when a buyer is buying a home and they're financing the purchase, their lender has to send an appraiser out to assess the value of the property to ensure that it's worth what the lender is lending on the property. So it's more for the lender than the buyer. And when this appraiser comes out, what they're looking at to assess the value is like-kind properties sold closest in proximity within the last 90 days, which can be problematic in a market like we're in today, where buyers are outpacing those sold properties. So what you run the risk of in this situation is what's called a low appraisal. And that means the appraised value is under the contract value. And when that happens, there's a few things that can occur. The seller can lower the price to meet the appraised value. The buyer can bring in more funds to bring the low appraised value up to the contract value, or the buyer and seller can split the difference in some way. But the low appraisal has to be reconciled in some way or the transaction can't go forward. Another option is that the buyer can cancel the transaction under their appraisal contingency. That's why in this market, sellers are loath to have appraisal contingencies in contracts. So just be aware out there, it's an intense market and you're going to be asked to do certain things that you wouldn't do in traditional markets.